Greetings, Pool Player Nation, and welcome to Orlando, Florida for coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship presented by the APA, and our coverage brought to you by our good friends at PoolDog.com. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I am joined by Double J, Jeremy Jones. Jeremy, one of the most highly anticipated events of the year has finally arrived, and we're kicking things off today with the women's division featuring 41 of the top amateur players from across North America.
Yeah, it should be fun. I mean, these ladies always start the show, but it seems like they get better every year. Of course, a two-time winner now to start the event, and Stacie Bourbeau, but it's going to be a special week.
Absolutely. So before we meet our participants in the first round match, let's take a look at the U.S. Amateur Championship format. The women's division is a double elimination tournament up until the championship finale, which is an extended race. This match here will be a race to 5, which means 3 games of 8-ball up to 6 games of 9-ball. The winner of the lag will choose the format or take the break. Let's meet the two women who will kick-start this year's event from Fort Worth, Texas. We have Shawna Havlen, and she's got a tough assignment here, as Jeremy mentioned, taking on defending champion Stacie Bourbeau of Orange, Massachusetts. The ladies are ready to get things started. Let's take you down into the pit for the start of this year's Women's U.S. Amateur Championship. Beautiful setup this year here at the Hyatt Regency, new home for the U.S. Amateur Championship. Hyatt Regency here in Orlando. Tournament room looks fantastic, all 9-foot diamond tables. Looks like Stacie will win the lag. And she will take the break. I'm sorry, is she going to give up the break?
Yeah, a little strategy here early.
Rare to see that here in the U.S. Amateur Championship, but she is the defending champ, so we're going to assume she's got a plan in mind, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a good plan. It seems like every year, but I think she's wanting to make sure she gets the 8-ball side of things in here, and probably, you don't want to look at a match as a big favorite, but I mean, she's definitely one of the top lady players in the event, and maybe wants to get the feet wet here to get started playing a little 8-ball.
Another change here at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. They're using the Magic Rack templates for racking. Rack has been prepared. Again, this is Shawna Havlen out of Fort Worth, Texas with the break.
You can see a southpaw. Lots of pool played there in Fort Worth and, of course, all over Texas. Big pool state.
It's kind of your neck of the woods there, isn't it, Fort Worth?
Yeah, just about 35, 40 minutes from the house. I live just north of Dallas and Denton. And a dry break here to open for Shawna, but we'll see what the champ's got in mind here in the opening rack of the 2024 U.S. Amateurs. This is going to be sometimes a little more difficult with the template when it comes to 8-ball. Get a little more congestion around the rack, so you got to be pretty wise removing it.
Now Stacie Bourbeau at the table. Stacie, a 3-time U.S. Amateur Champion, having won back-to-back titles. She is going for her 3rd consecutive this year. Just her and the Kansas City Chiefs, I guess.
Yeah. Forget who it was. I think it was Pat Riley and the Lakers that named that 3-peat, kind of coined it early.
Yeah.
Then many went on to do it again. But it hasn't been done that many times, and I don't think ever in the U.S. Amateurs before, huh? 3 in a row?
No, she was the first. Well, she was the first woman to win it back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Of course, she had Brian Parks win several years, but I think he had one back-to-back year, if I'm not mistaken, but no 3-time, or 3-peat, I should say, champions.
I like the choice, the attempt on the choice with the stripes. Both have some issues here with this layout, but you'll notice the 6 and the 2 ball. Not a whole lot of things to help that out. That's why the stripes looked a bit more doable. Probably got a bump on the 13 there she didn't want, but should be okay. And getting on with it, Shawna. Not taking a whole lot of time. Nice shot there. Got a little trapped, a little unlucky kiss. But what's so impressive with me with a lot of the players that come to the U.S. Amateurs is a lot of their league play, especially in Texas, I know for sure, is on 7-footers. And, you know, they really put in a lot of time, you know, practicing on the 9-foot, getting ready for this event. And it's not an easy transition. Trying to go from that 7-footer to the 9 can be a little mental, but usually the players handle it real well.
Stacie returns to the table.
Yeah, all the problems were opened up there with that kick shot. It's a little thin on the 5. She has the 6 as well. Going to go with the 5. Probably bumps the 7 here. It is a little bit of an issue with the 8 blocking the pocket. She avoided it. Should be okay, though. Get some type of short side position on the brown 7 here for long. And I say before long because anytime you're playing 8-ball, you don't want to wait on a problem. You want to get to it as early as possible. It looks like she can come across and maybe play the 7 in the side where the 14 is. I think that's what she's looking at here. It's got to go a bit. No reason to panic, though. She can still get to that 7 later off the 3, the red 3.
Again, this is a race to 5. Double elimination up until the championship match, which is an extended race to 9 in the women's division. They'll play 3 games of 8-ball before they move into the 9-ball set.
And this competing, of course, oh, nice shot there, moving the cue ball. It's not easy. Even a 2-time champion like Stacie, she'll tell you that she does get a little nervous here at times. Usually it's at the beginning of a tournament. In the middle, you kind of settle in, and then towards the end, of course, when you're trying to win the event, them nerves set back in. But
always tough for a defending champ, too. You know, everybody kind of identifies who you are. Maybe they've seen a few of your matches, whereas Stacie may not know several of the women here. Their tendencies.
Oh, yeah.
There's no nothing you can scout in advance unless they've got something out there on the internet, some kind of match. But certainly hasn't slowed her down the last couple years.
No, she's a smart player and uses her brain early, I think, and like here on the safety, but then starts to really settle in and knock the ball in nicely. That's going to have to go a little bit. Have to get a rail after contact. May have left a little window, actually, between the 2 and 7. Not sure her opponent really notices she can get at the ball. I think she's kind of surveying a kick shot. So it looks like a real thin one into the side, but it does play.
Oh, nice. And a shot at the 8. Chance to take an early lead here.
And really has knocked in some nice balls in this first game. Stacie had a couple little mistakes or things get away, but a 1-0 lead for what you would label as the underdog, probably.
Absolutely. Shawna Havlen, as Jeremy said, leading 1-0 in this race to 5. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few moments. And welcome back to continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship from Orlando, Florida. The Hyatt Regency Orlando, this year's home. Great setup here in Orlando once again. Stacie Bourbeau finishes up the break, again using the template racks this year. Shawna Havlen leading 1-0 will have her second break of the match. Stacie did win the lag, opted for to start in the 8-ball set.
All right, pretty square hit.
Another dry break, yeah.
Yeah, another dry break. Sometimes 8-ball can seem like very one way or the other. Very stingy on the break at times, but then you'll get to where it seems like there's a leak in the table. So many balls going in. Just a little matter of hit and miss. Difficult layout here, though, again. Some congestion. Looks like the solids are really the play. They're pretty open. She may open the 8 right here. May have thought about, and I think she may have thought about that, trying to bump the 12 a little bit or maybe bump the 8 open. That's more of the problem ball. It seems like, anyways. Going to go towards the 9 a little bit here.
This tournament being played on all 9-foot diamond tables. We got 20-something. I was trying to peek at the table numbers out there, but
I think it was more than last year.
20-something diamonds, yeah. Brought in a few more this year.
All right, taking on a difficult 1-ball. That's for sure. Oh, really sweetly struck. Okay, you can't predict a whole lot here with the 6. You're going to catch a little piece of the 2 ball. You're kind of going towards congestion, so main thing is just bear down on making the ball. You could see the side spin she had added. And now I don't know if she can really do much further moving forward trying to run the table. She could bank the 2. Cross corner. It's not the worst shot in the world considering the stripes are kind of a little messy, and she may get another open shot here in a moment if she happens to miss that 2-ball bank. I'd like to get the 2 open, though, whether I make it or not.
This is the first of 4 matches we will be bringing you today from here at the Hyatt in Orlando. All women's division today. The open division begin tomorrow. We got to make sure we call it the open division. Jeremy, I understand there is one woman competing in the open division this year.
Yeah, that's an easy mistake for me sometimes, and apologize if I do it moving forward. But even if there wasn't a lady in the main event, you had to know there were ladies that tried to qualify through the open event in the regional part of the U.S. Amateurs.
Biggest difference there, I guess, would be the extended race. That's a race to 7 up until the championship match, which I think is a race to 13.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. All right. She's still got that 2-ball kind of congested, that being Stacie. So Shawna has a little bit of free reign here with these next few shots. Yeah, I talked to a couple of friends of mine yesterday, and of course they knew where I was at, and both of them really commented, really nice shot there, and commented how much they want to play in this event. It really carries a lot of prestige throughout the country with the amateur players. And
tough field.
Yeah, tough field, and I think they just always see the setup super nice, and everyone just always has good things to say. You can see Shawna with some skills, right? Knocking balls in, moving the cue ball. Seems like them lefties are always good no matter what. think the 2 ball does play to the lower left, right where our camera angle's coming out of there. But you just kind of wonder if she loses 2 of these 3 games here, or maybe all 3, what happens mentally to our reigning champion here early. Because she did pick the 8 ball.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is going to go a bit. It's going to have to slow down. So many know this, but sometimes it's not so obvious to all that when you pick off balls playing 8 ball and you're not getting out behind it or making some trouble for your opponent, kind of opens things up for Shawna and could make her run a little easier when she gets back to the table. Nice hit there. Always good not to give up ball in hand. See, the real issue is the 12, but if she can ease this in, I think she can hold for the 12. It's funny how everyone treats the nerves a little different. Where I think Stacie's a little nervous to start here as well, but it's all focus. You look at that face where Shawna is a little more of, let me have fun with this while I'm trying to shake off these nerves.
Looky there. She'll take it.
You could see a ball was bumped a little bit, the 8. So it's her opponent's choice to leave it there or move it back. She's got a thin cut on the blue too, but not much future on that 8 ball. Maybe a kiss shot off the 12 is a possibility if she can get the 2 down. This looks kind of scratchy. That's why she's elevating the back end of the cue, trying to avoid the side pocket. Oh, really nice. I don't think it's going to get all the way there, but that shot's got to make her feel good moving forward. Again, there might be a kiss shot with top English off the 8. Off the 12. She's going to call that corner pocket. Not a whole lot of other options, really. Looks like it needs a little top English to kind of make the 8 ball check off the 12. She draws it, I think it hits the low rail. Looks like she's rolling the ball, so I think it's got a good chance. Actually hit a little high. Smart going forward with the cue ball, though, trying to leave something difficult. So what Shawna's looking at is this 8 ball's pinned on the rail. So do I want to take on, what is that, the 12 that could easily give up a shot? So she's going to take more of a free look at this 15. If it goes in, it's good. If not, she's not going to give up too easy of a shot. Really nice there. So just make sure you know what you want to do here. These balls are set up pretty well to get out.
Oh. Rattled it.
Yeah, when you're stretched, things can fool you every now and again. Now, a lot of spin on this shot. Watch all the right English she puts on this. Trying to use the rail maybe to kind of play a rail first shot on this cut shot on the 8. She did hit it. That's sometimes where the new felt can get you a little bit. Just the swerve of the ball's a little different when it comes to side spin.
Another chance for Shawna now to take a 2-0 lead. I was looking over her profile. This is her first U.S. Amateur Championship. Said she started playing in 2018. It was a skill level 3.
Well,
she's progressed quite nicely. Currently a 6.7 in APA.
That's real good. And, of course, know all about pool in that area, DFW, but there's so much pool, hard to know all the players.
Yeah. Well, she's got that Fort Worth Billiards jersey on, right? You know the folks at Fort Worth Billiards,
real well, yeah. I got my hat in the room, actually. I wear it religiously. So, all right, a little bump safety. I thought she might take on the kick here. Only reason being is Shawna still can kind of go for a shot and not leave much for Stacie. Stacie not wanting to give up ball in hand, of course, and wanting to make her opponent earn it, especially down 1-0. It is a race to 5 for the ladies, so these are huge games early.
Another event coming here to Orlando soon. It's a race to 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
A couple weeks?
Yes, there
Following us up here in Orlando at the Moscone Cup.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible week there. I actually messaged some of the matchroom people this morning saying I can't wait. Going for the bank. Oh, she went for the safety. So she's trying to get the 8 a little more open where not leave too much of a shot for her opponent, but get where she may have something in return next time she gets to the table. She's going to use, her savvy kind of experience as much as she can, that being Stacie. Oh,
caught that side pocket. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's something we certainly didn't expect. And
ball in hand now.
Players, yeah.
For Stacie, she'll tie this match up at 1 game apiece, barring something very out of character. And she pockets that 8 with no problem. We are tied at 1 game apiece. We'll have the final game of the 8-ball set coming up here in just a moment. We'll be back here at the Hyatt after a quick word from our sponsors.
He did it. He did it. Holy smokes, what a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. And welcome back to continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship, the women's division here in Orlando, Florida. Shawna Havlen finishing out the rack here. Stacie Bourbeau will have her first break of the match. After winning the lag, she opted to choose the set or the format. So this is her first break of the match. Seen 2 dry breaks thus far. Powerful break for Stacie. She'll be shooting solids.
Yeah, and solids, there are some shots, but a very difficult blue 2 ball covered up by a couple stripes, the 9 and 13. And not really much of a ball to get at that to break them open. Maybe the 4 if you can wait on it. Maybe the 4 leads you into that 2 ball, but looks like everything else really has a pocket. So probably the 5 to start, I would think. Could go with the 3 if you felt there was some reason for that. Could just stop on the 5, though. Now, you want to get at any problem ball as early as possible. I'd love for her to shoot the 6 and drop on the 4 and then open off the 4, but sometimes you have to wait on the problem ball. Oh, she's trying to break it out now, and that goes back to what I said. You want to try and get to that problem as quick as possible. Now has a shot, but may start to paint herself into a corner. There's a little luck in all pool games, of course, but don't want to trail 2-1 here going into 9-ball, because we never know with 9-ball, of course, what may happen. Definitely the most random pool game there is. Is she playing the 2 on the side off the 9? Wow, good effort. Really good effort.
Bring Shawna back to the table. Shawna wanted to give a shout out to Fort Worth Billiards and her teammate, Jerome. Been a big influence in her progress as a pool player.
Yeah, Albert Trujillo and the whole team at Fort Worth Billiards, they do so much for pool. Sponsor a lot of amateur players, a lot of pro players, a lot of charity events, and just always involved, it seems like. Beautiful store right there in Fort Worth. You can see a nice skill set, though, here from Shawna. Maybe not as refined as Stacie. Of course, Stacie having all the experience. But for just starting in, what would you say, 2018, Jason?
2018,
yeah.
6 years.
Really good overall. All right, kind of looking to see if there's any question on the 10-ball hit here, trying to cut the 10. Shouldn't be an issue. Plenty of space. Yeah.
Referee for this match, Brad Jones, called in to watch that hit.
Yeah, and just a real good natural stroke that stays really straight. Gotta like what you see from Shawna. Now, chance though for Stacie, she's got to make a tough 3-ball. It looks like to start. That'll get her on the 2 and the 6. Probably the 4 is last before the 8. Plans change here and there, playing 8-ball, but that looks like the run. Really, this first shot should be the most difficult shot of the run. Is she moving the ball quite a bit? No, she's going to roll it. Oh, that's smart. So now the 2 in the side, the 6 in the opposite side, and then the 4 and 8 last. Notice the draw on the cue ball there, wanting to get that natural angle on the 6 to drop for the 4. Main thing here, stay off the rail with the cue ball. You can do a lot on the 4 to get to the 8 as long as you have the entire cue ball available. I think the same cue she's had the last 2 years when she won also, if I remember correctly. Why would you change it, right?
Right. You got a good memory, though. Better than mine if you
Yeah.
remember her cue from the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's the pool player in me, Jason.
Oh, a little uncharacteristic there, though.
Yeah, just a little quick with the stroke is all. She'll settle in.
This is the first round of this year's women's division. Most tables in play here, maybe all the tables in play here. Not 100% sure, but I think I was told Rachel Lang will be here on the stream table in the next round. She was last year's runner-up to Stacie.
Yeah, I see a lot of capable cues in this room. People I know and have seen play before, the ones I don't know. Good effort there. Did leave some distance here on this on the 4 ball. I think this is where Stacie usually shows her real, quality is after a mistake. She really usually settles in and recovers real well. Just a little off. Nice shot there. She's got to make another nice one in the upper right corner. Just kind of hold the cue ball, whatever you feel you may come across, but I don't think the 8 goes by the 4 in the corner where she's standing, so can only knock in a nice ball. You got to draw some shape. You got to like what you see, though. She's not afraid to shoot them, right? She's not babying the balls.
I feel like there's a few rattled balls these last couple racks. May end up costing her quite a bit, though. And now Stacie, chance to carry a 2-1 lead out of the 8-ball set. One that looked like it would go Shawna's way. 8-ball in the corner falls. Stacie takes a 2-1 lead into the 9-ball set. We'll be back in here in just a few moments. See if Jonathan can make some magic happen somehow.
Oh, she made it. She made it, and there's an unbelievable chance here for a team that was downhill 0. Never over till it's over, people.
True.
What a comeback by these two. Holy moly, people.
Welcome back to continuing coverage of the 2024 APA U.S. Amateur Championship. Stacie Bourbeau, defending champion at the table here, leading 2-1. We are now in the 9-ball rack, or 9-ball set, first rack. And that is our third dry break of the match.
Yeah, the table's been pretty stingy on the breaks so far. Looks like probably a push-out situation, but maybe not. I didn't hear her really declare that, so I think she's attempting the kick shot at the one. Looks pretty good, the aim. Yeah, nice shot.
Oh, one ball just holds up there in that corner, just ever so slightly hanging.
All right, the two does have a tight pocket up in the corner if she can somehow get short side shape on it. Probably plays it a little conservative here and just kind of comes out and plays the safety on the two ball. Yeah, super nice real first shot there with some touch. Now she can just knock the two away and plant Shawna behind the 5. Could go for this 2. It does go by the purple 4 up in the corner. It's awfully tight, though. She's hitting a high cue ball, so she's attacking. Looks good. Really good.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, she's really looking at the 5 here, not really the 4. How she wants to get off that 4 after pocketing the 3 to get on a tough 5 ball.
Just a reminder, you can follow all of the action at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship through the CompuSport app. Follow each tournament's bracket. Who's in, who's out.
Yeah, a little jacked up here and pretty straight, so I don't think can move the cue ball a whole lot. One of the most difficult shots there is, cueing over the ball. Nice hit on the 4. Didn't leave a whole lot. A thin cut, maybe. I don't think the bank really goes. It's close. Watch outside pocket. Nice safety there using the 5 and the 9. I like her chances of hitting it. Maybe pocket it in the corner. Pretty good effort.
Notice we had a question on the chat about entry for next year. Typically, we do open the entry window with the start of the tournament, but that has not opened yet for next year. As we try to sort through whether we return here to the Hyatt Regency in Orlando or if we'll be somewhere else around the country. So the best way to stay updated on when that entry window opens would be to follow us on Facebook. Or subscribe to our e-newsletter, which you can do through poolplayers.com.
Yeah, my two buddies that I was talking about earlier are really interested in playing this next year. We're asking about that.
Preliminary rounds usually held in September, so.
Yeah. When's the entry window? Didn't get the draw on the ball. Kind of overcut the 5 to the pocket a little bit. That's why she contacted the 7. Stacie doesn't mind a thin cut shot.
Told the entry window will open April 15th. So
April 15th, okay.
Have to wait a little while. Mark the calendar, April 15th.
Tax day.
There you go.
Like I said, she doesn't mind taking on a thin cut. That one got the best of her. A little too thin on that 6 ball. Now, Shawna, though, in a good spot. Clear these last 4. The first one's pretty easy. It's all about gaining some type of decent position. That looks like she's done that. So, gets out here. Could add a little pressure at 2-2. With just 3 games needed for each player to win this opening match. Got a little more angle here on the 8th than she may have wanted.
There we go.
Oh, really good.
Pockets the 8 in the corner. Good position on the 9 and an opportunity to tie this match up at 2 games apiece. Oh, got it. 9 in the corner. She will once again have the break when we return here in just a few moments.
This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge. The closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it. The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it. And 8, right? So you technically have 8 zones for 10 balls, so you have a little bit of room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
And we are back here in Orlando, continuing coverage of the 2024 U.S. Amateur Championship. Shawna Havlen has just evened this match up at 2 racks apiece. Race to 5, and she has the break here. Not much happening on that break.
No, didn't get the opening that she wanted. But again, the table's been a little stingy. Only been 1 ball in the break so far. All right, she's got a nice angle to play this in the side. Just got to track the cue ball up the table and back down. There not a lot of windows to get on the blue too, though. Oh, this speed looks like it's going to be pretty perfect, I think. That's how you fall in the gap, just in case you're curious. Got to kill the cue ball nicely. She's close enough to it, shouldn't be an issue, but again, first day, the tables are going to be pretty quick. Looks like she can avoid the 6, coming 2 cushions around the 4. little high inside, I think, anyways. It's very close. I don't really see much of another option. We'll see how she's not really cueing it with much English, though. Oh, she played from underneath. Pretty smart. Making sure she didn't contact the 6.
Stacie's out of Orange, Massachusetts. Sure, a lot of folks back home tuning in, rooting her on.
Looks like she's got a little angle to come perfectly for the 6 in the pocket where she's standing. She's overdrawn it. Now she's gotten a little funny, so safety is going to be played here.
Shawna returns to the table now. Shawna led here after the first rack. A lot of pool to be played here at the Hyatt Regency over the next several days. Open division will kick off tomorrow.
I'm sure we have some of our usual suspects in that part of the event.
Definitely be some familiar faces. One face that we will not see, unfortunately, is that of Brett Stottlemyre, the defending champion. Unfortunately, some personal things have come up for the Stottlemyres that they're having to deal with back home, and so he won't be able to make it.
Yeah,
Certainly thinking about them and some of the things that they've got going on right now.
All right, nice hit. Yeah, all our thoughts and everything go out to Brett and his family. But that means we'll have a new champion, right?
That we will.
Okay, again, a lot of times Stacie will attack on these tough shots. She's not afraid. And she's knocked in some of them in this match, but a few have gotten away.
You said most of the tables in the Fort Worth area are 7-footers?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Dallas has, DFW in general has quite a few rooms, and there's, I wouldn't say that there's as many 9-footers as Florida, I don't think, as a whole, but just a lot of the league play seems to be on the 7-footers
Sure.
or the 8-footers, actually. There's a ton of 8-footers in Texas also.
Oh, yeah?
Which is very similar to Florida also. You go to Florida and Texas, you'll see a lot of 8-footers where across the country, it's usually either 9-footers or 7-footers.
Yeah.
Not a lot of 8s. So you're looking at the side. This is a treacherous angle, it looks like. Yeah, I thought that was going to always be difficult. Always discuss the side pockets on a diamond table. Not easy.
You said you were given some lessons last night here in Orlando, right?
Yeah, yesterday I had some.
Private residence or a pool room? Where were you at?
Doing a bit of both. I have another one tonight, so come here every winter for a few weeks, usually March, February. Well, when we used to have the amateurs there for a few years, remember? And
the COVID, COVID kind of threw it off. We were in the February, March.
Just have a lot of people I work with and always getting new ones. So much avid pool here, though. It's
Florida's a big pool state.
Yeah, I love my job, though. The teaching, I truly love it. Really nice. And there's another one of those tough shots she's not afraid of. But really love it when they're so into it, serious players and really wanting to improve and really paying attention and making big strides. All right, 7-ball should look like a lot easier than that last 6, but the angle is what she's not liking so much. Her position on the 8. She's got a little flick off the 9, so again, now the 8's not going to be anything easy at all. She'll continue to attack, but all right, big opportunity for Shawna Havlen.
If you're going to get Stacie, better do it early in the tournament. She tends to get much better as she goes, so take advantage, Shawna, if you can here. 8 in the corner goes.
Always a fun to watch a player that has a little movement. It's not always the best thing to do, but it's good to watch because you never know if the ball's going in. They don't give away any clues. But a real nice shot there on the 8. And even better on the 9, it appears. So
9-ball falls for Shawna Havlen. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few moments with continuing coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. All right, welcome back. Continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship Women's Division. Shawna Havlen with the break here.
Well, playing a real light speed or very light stroke on that break, and I think that was intentional. Yeah, there's that difficulty with the rack at times.
Shawna with the lead here now, 3-2. This is a race to 5. I'm going to make sure we give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Obviously, Diamond Tables has brought in all these beautiful 9-foot tables for us this week. But we also have our friends at Pool Dog, Action Cues, Aramith Balls. Appreciate all their support. Not just here in Orlando, but year-round. Some of the best in the business. Shawna with the 2-6 combo there.
Yeah, she tried to thread the needle with the cue ball there for position on the 2. Just ended up a little light. Really nice shot on the 1 to open. Broke some balls up. Looking to get on the hill here. A lot left here in this rack, number 6, but talk about applying some pressure early if she can get on the hill.
Would definitely be an early round upset, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And you'd have to say it'd be the upset of the tournament for a while, maybe for a few days until
March Madness in November.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that actually because, you know, we had the event a few times there during March Madness, if you remember. One of my absolute favorite times of the year for sports with the Masters and March Madness and whatnot. A little bit of a roll on a missed ball there. Got the snooker, but that's part of it. So Shawna will show us her kicking skills. The 8's a little in the way of the natural path going to the top cushion. You can manipulate it a little bit with some English. You can go left of the 8 and add some right English. I think that's what she's going to choose to do. Needs quite a bit of right spin here. Good.
Missed it.
Yeah, good effort, though.
This is a non-handicapped event. One of the few that we run at APA, the other being the Masters Championship. So this is a straight race to 5 for both players.
Yeah, what she's sizing up here is the 3 ball is kind of difficult to get on to a clean pocket. So she may entertain a 3-9 combination in the next shot. Of course, combinations aren't easy. Something you want to avoid a lot of times, but I think she's going after it here. Oh, the 3 did go. So much better choice if it does play. Just, you know, kind of in your own hands here to clear the table, but in a good position to do so. You saw a big deep breath there from Stacie before she gets down on this 4. She kind of knows that she needs to get out here. She's certainly overcome deficits before with those 2 big wins the last 2 years, but you still don't like to be behind, right, Jason?
Not in a short race.
No.
This quality of a field.
Oh, that kind of slid on her a little bit. That's the newer felt. You got to get used to. The cue ball doesn't quite check with the English like your home pool room. Now Stacie attacks quite often. I don't know if she does so here though. Cut shot's really thin, and she likes them thin like that, but she's got an option on a bank cross corner. She could play a safety, leaving some distance, going up table with the cue ball. I think that's what she's going to play. Yeah, trying to play a little on the safe side of things. Almost knew she couldn't get the snooker, just trying to use distance as her safety overall. And kind of cueing downward. I don't know if she's going after this or not. Yeah, she's cutting at it.
Big shot there for Shawna. Will she be rewarded, though?
Well, she stayed off the rail.
She's got the...
Pretty smooth.
Very nicely done. Now just the 9 remains. Chance to move to the hill. And Shawna Havlen, folks, now leading 4-2, has Stacie Bourbeau on the ropes in this first round match. We'll see if she can close it out when we return here in just a few moments.
I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Oh my.
All right, welcome back to continuing coverage of the women's division of the U.S. Amateur Championship, where we may be seeing an early round upset unfold, Jeremy. Shawna Havlen now leading 4-2. She has the break in this race to 5.
Yeah, and both have been very attacking, fun to watch. But it seems like Shawna's maybe settled in a little quicker than Stacie, and now's won 3 in a row, the first 3 games of the 9-ball side of things. So.
Well, did note that Stacie did choose the 8-ball format to start, so she knew something.
Maybe she knew Shawna was a 9-ball specialist.
We'll see if Shawna can close this out. This would be a huge early round upset here. Of course, double elimination, so both these players will advance, regardless of the outcome. Shawna pockets the 1 in the corner.
I'll tell you what, the tougher the shot, the better she gets, it seems like. The 7, 8, 9. Of course, the 9 was pretty easy, but the 7 and 8 were no cupcakes in the last rack, and they're a really nice opener on the 1.
See if Stacie can turn things around here.
Yeah, the hardest thing is, of course, we all know there's pressure every shot when your opponent's on the hill, but to be able to ignore that and just kind of swing freely, that's the ticket.
If I remember correctly, didn't Stacie come through the 1-loss side last year? I feel like she lost early on to Rachel Lang, and then
Rachel
came back and beat Rachel in the championship match, maybe.
And you
I'm
said
remembering that correctly.
We'll have Rachel next, is that right?
I have not had that confirmed yet. We'll see if we can get confirmation, but I do see Rachel sitting and taking in this match, so she's not currently in action. See if she is due up here on the stream table. We'll let you know, folks know as soon as we know.
Solid 4-ball there up in the corner at dead center pocket. So, of course, maybe when the pressure's on is when Stacie's at her best. All right, this one got away last time with the new felt, this type of shot, so we'll see. That's a little better. She may get queuing over the 9. No, she's just short of it.
It was confirmed. We will have Rachel Lang up next.
Yeah, I saw Rachel earlier this morning. Nice young lady. Got a lot of game as well. Cue ball's going to be near the rail. You could saw her just kind of throw the hand up, knowing she may have to take on more distance on the 9. The 8's not that much of a problem with the cue ball near the rail, but you just can't work the cue ball a whole lot just because only top English is really available. Main thing here is don't take your eye off this 8. That sometimes happens. Confident stroke there, but you can see definitely a missable ball here from distance.
Fires in that 9 in the corner. draws within one, and Stacie Bourbeau performing well under pressure. We'll see if she can keep it going. We return here in just a moment. And welcome back to the Hyatt Regency in Orlando, Florida. Continuing coverage of the women's division of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Defending champ Stacie Bourbeau with the break, trying to stave off a first-round loss to Shawna Havlen in another dry break. Jeremy, seen quite a few in this first match. Combination of the new felt and the template rack.
Yeah, she's got a nice shot on the one. It's a little thin. She's got to ease it to hold for the two, but got to fancy her chances to get a few in and maybe get the rack going. Yeah, it's overhit it just a touch. I don't know if this two ball, if she can avoid the scratch in the side, if she plays it in the corner. I think she can at a light speed. Going for the bank here, maybe the cut in the side pocket. All right, the 3 doesn't pass the 5 in the that'll be in the lower right corner on your screen now. So she's going to have to work the cue ball up the table. Maybe 2 cushions going towards the 9 and 7, trying to play the 3 in the side pocket. Oh, she's missed this.
Uh-oh. You were just saying how confidently she fired in that 9 in the last rack, and now misses that 2. Let's see if Shawna can take advantage here.
Well, that's something you'll find with Stacie no matter what, really, the situation. She just, probably why she wins and does so well, she just doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
You know, even when she's down, she's going to swing with confidence. So, big part of it. All right, I think she can get at the cut, even though it looks pretty touchy. Just sneak it by the 8 in the side pocket. All right, going to the side rail, trying to pocket this in the opposite corner. Solid hit. She's going to get a snooker, it looks like. It's our first look at the jump cue in this match, I believe.
Yes. Of course, jump cues allowed here at the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Nice hit again, not giving up ball in hand. She may get a little partial snooker here. I think the 7 ball's kind of crept into it. See Shawna giving it a good look. She can definitely see some of the 4, but I don't know if she has enough to pocket it. She went for it. Got a little thick. So now here's the chance. A nice opening for a very capable player, obviously. Got a lot of work. The 4 and the 5, not too hard. 6 on one rail, the 7, the 8 on the other cushion. So no easy layout to try and tie this match. Wants a little angle. Is she going to get it? It looks pretty straight. Doesn't seem to be slowing down much, though, so she has a plan. Wow, beautiful stroke moving the cue ball across. Probably got more out of that than she expected, and I always say a very athletic kind of stroke with Stacie. You know, she doesn't really kind of steer the cue. I really fancy that.
A little bit of a crowd starting to gather here. Streaming pit as the other matches around the room have finished up, and word getting out that Stacie's a little bit on the ropes. See if she can mount a comeback here. Pockets that 6 in the corner.
Yeah, missed the blood's flowing, though. She missed her mark here by about a foot or so. Overran the cue ball. So big-time tester for the upper left corner. If she goes ahead and goes for it, I think she will. But you can take anyone on the planet. This is a very missable ball. Pure. That was pure.
Big shot at a big time, wasn't it?
Yeah. And again, just so confident with it, not steering it, oh, let me make the pocket bigger by hitting it easier, and keeps that accuracy by staying aggressive. Definitely not over, though. Difficult 8 ball. Should be on the 9 if she makes it.
Nope.
She's overcut it. Yeah, did she lose the cue ball also?
Oh, my.
Wow,
Cue ball drops. Shawna Havlen now in excellent position, Jeremy, to secure this first-round upset over the defending champion. She'll position that cue ball, pocket the 8.
Yeah.
All that will remain is the 9.
She's a lefty, too, so she can get it nice and tidy here with the cue ball, not having to shoot from distance. Could have drew it a little more, but she's made a couple of these already.
Nine ball falls for Shawna Havlen, folks. Huge upset here in the first round. This year's U.S. Amateur Championship. All right, so folks, again, big start here to the women's division, Jeremy. Certainly a little bit of an unexpected surprise there. Shawna Havlen of Fort Worth, Texas, hands our defending champ, Stacie Bourbeau, her first loss. Both players will continue through the bracket. Stacie will just do that through the one-loss side. So we'll have more continuing coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Make sure you come back and join us. Until then, we're going to say goodbye for just a little while.